Welcome to our continuing coverage of the Pinatar Cup. This live stream is brought to you by the Philippine Airport Ground Support Solutions and the Philippine Women's National Team Manager Jefferson Chen. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Paulo Del Rosario, getting ready to call this one for you between the Filipinas and the Iceland Women's National Team. For the Filipinas, it'll be an even tougher road moving forward, considering that Iceland is number 16 in the world according to FIFA. Easily the strongest opposition based on those FIFA rankings that the Filipinas have the privilege of facing today. Two 1-0 losses. A 1-0 loss rather against Wales and a 2-0 loss, 2-1 loss against Scotland last time around for the Filipinas. The performances have been encouraging. They have been getting better. But against Iceland, they will face their toughest test yet. Filipinos feel that they are improving as the games go by, especially with this being their first run out in 2023. Can they end with a bit of a shocker here when they go on and face Iceland? Or will Iceland stay true to the script? They have been one of the better teams here in the Pinatar Cup, winning their first game against Scotland and then drawing their second against Wales. Take a look at the starting lineup here for the Filipinas. A couple of changes here, most noticeably regular starters Sarah Egesrick, Sophia Harrison, Alicia Barker, and Jessica Coward, all back in the bench. But still, you have some of the regulars there: Olivia McDaniel, Hayley Long, Tana Yanis, and Kinley Quesada starting as per usual. And for Iceland, this is an experienced group, and as you can all see, I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of fun hearing me trying to pronounce all their names in the right way. But Iceland are full of experience and are full of talent and skill. Each and every member of that team feels that they deserve to be there and could have been going to the FIFA Women's World Cup, if not for a heartbreak elimination in the playoff round. They lost to Portugal 4-1, conceding 3 goals in added time. And after going one woman down, they feel hard-pressed and feel that things could have been different. But as they continue to improve and build on a 2023, they hope that the Pinatar Cup will be a springboard for better things to come. And for the Filipinas, another test, another challenge to see just where they stand on the world stage. And if they can keep on improving, and maybe, perhaps, shock the world of football. National anthems are coming up. Let's listen in.
And now please, be upstanding for the national anthems, starting with Iceland.
Filipinas in their red kits going up against Iceland, who not only tower in them in terms of height, but also in terms of stature in the women's game. And the ball you see on the center of your screen, something that the Philippines will hope to get used to, considering that will be the official match ball in the upcoming FIFA Women's World Cup. Woman in the middle of the pitch today is Susana Valentova. Already refereed a game here for the Filipinas. Let's see whether or not they can turn the defeats that she saw into a victory here, or maybe even a draw against one of the toughest competitions the Filipinas will have ever faced in their very young history. Iceland will be playing in all white, going into this one as heavy favorites against a Filipinas team still looking to shed off the underdog tag and become competitors wherever they go. Dagny Brynjarsdóttir is the captain here for Iceland. She has been part of that. She was actually one of the starters in the game against Portugal that saw Iceland eliminated from the FIFA World Cup qualifying contention. And for a moment there, they forgot the pennants, eager to get this all started. And the noise you hear in the background, the Filipina supporters who have made it to Murcia in Spain to give the Filipinas all the support that they can possibly give. And you can only imagine what type of occasion that is for all our kababayans overseas, being able to support the Philippines wherever they go. Brynjarsdóttir, number 10, will be playing in the heart of midfield here for Iceland. Typically, they've played at 4-4-3-3 against a team like Portugal. So let's see whether or not they would do the same or be even more attacking against a team that they would feel they should have the number up. And for Korčan Stejic, again, he is a guy that does not like to lose. In fact, he wants to learn how to beat all of these big teams with the pieces that he has, and he has every inch of belief that these girls could do it. Filipinas in red, Iceland in white. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Philippines playing from right to left of your screen, Iceland going the other way. Katrina Giliu not in the lineup for those wondering, not even on the bench or listed on the bench here for the Filipinas. So in terms of attacking, you're going to be looking at Serena Bolden, number 8, and Carly Friles on the left. Of course, Mer Serrano, the only goal scorer of the Filipinas here in the Pinatar Cup so far, earns her first start after her left-footed free kick found the bottom corner of the net. She will be on the right-hand side with Kini Quesada vacating her regular berth and shifting over to the left instead. Tianes will go focus on the right as well as Serena Bolden tries to go on the break, but eventually that is taken up by Iversdottir. And Iceland will take their time here as they move things around. Halldórsdóttir is their right back, number 21. And the opposition that the Filipinas have played against have used their wing backs or full backs to full effect, spreading out the play, stretching the Filipinas midfield and defenders. As you can see here, again, swinging things from right to left of the field, trying to loosen up the Filipinas back line as Carly Friles tries to offer a bit of resistance. And that will be a throw in for the Filipinas. Dom Randall also earns her start again. She conceded a penalty in their very first game against Wales. But even if she did have that penalty, Coach Anastasia says that she had a great performance defensively. And anyone who watched that game from start to finish would agree. Well, neither team having a real long run of possession here, and a chance here for the Filipinas to cause some damage. Carly Freeles, the pass from Meryl Serrano rather, just a bit too strong for her. Again, Iceland playing it back. The Filipinas, the signature here in their initial games here in the Pinatar Cup has been to try to absorb as much pressure as possible and come out on the break. Here they are, a bit more aggressive in the way that they have been approaching the pressing game, with Jackie Savitsky and Meryl Serrano operating down the middle. And Sarah Egeshvik is a normal starter here. A chance here for Meryl Serrano to try and make a difference, as well as T. Anis, who has now shifted to the middle. Some defending to do here for Maya Alcantara, number 24, making her first start here, and Haley Long clears it out. Dom Randall being forced to the wide left, on the left back area, as Alcantara will occupy a center back berth instead. High ball played in, and Dom Randall had to be there, had to make a challenge. Albertsdottir unable to handle it. Chance here for Iceland again, as Albertsdottir tries to hold it off. Connection not quite there for Albertsdottir. Jackie Savitsky trying to maintain possession, gives it to Dom Randall. Now Kenny Quesada trying to thread the pass to Serena Bolden, but that was never getting to her with two white shirts in the way. They play it all the way back here to Eversdottir. Ball played high, trying to get the better of Malaya Cesar, who is also making her first start here in the Pinatar Cup. Cesar has some defending to do here, trying to keep pace. Low cross, taken away easily. Tianis just clears the ball away, looking for the run. Serena Bolden. Serena, we all know that she has lightning pace, but that time was outpaced by Agrimsdottir. The Filipinas letting them have the ball here. And eventually, the forward ball under pressure by Maya Alcantara. Corner here for Iceland. Now, the Filipinas did concede a corner in their last game against Scotland in what was a goal that they probably would have felt would have been more avoidable had the marking been a bit more precise and the clearance made earlier. Now let's see what they can do here, trying to prevent a much taller Iceland team from scoring. They played short, talking about Iceland. Good block there coming from Serena Bolden, as Jackie Savitsky will try and make the correct pass, but then eventually Iceland win out. Missed opportunity there for the Filipinas, as it has been an aerial bombardment here so far for Iceland. They have been trying to play it over the Philippines, obviously seeing their height advantage up front. And of course, it's not just about the height. They also feel that they have the pace to match against the Filipinas. Olivia McDaniel bombs this forward. And trying to get the right foot in. Serena Bolden trying to apply pressure on Iversdottir. They send it out wide here to Haldersdottir. Better pressure here from the Filipinas, and Alcantara had to be sure there, and Olivia McDaniel will be pressured. She plays it down the middle. Dom Randall. Now T. Anis. Anis pressured by two. Loses possession in a dangerous area. Iceland still looking for an opener, trying to probe, and unfortunately the forward pass for them is just a bit too long. Haldersdottir, typically a right back, found herself in the forward line. Kinley Quesada. And the Filipinas getting a bit more opportunity here than we've seen in the past few games to at least try and create something from midfield. Serrano plays it all the way back to Cesar. Jackie Savitsky trying to look for any help in midfield. Kinley Quesada loses her footing down the middle. Unfortunate turn of events there, and it's another foot race that Haley Long will leave to Olivia McDaniel. And McDaniel will collect. McDaniel, another booming boot forward. Still falls to Iceland, again playing it very high. And Haley Long with a safe header to Olivia McDaniel. Well, the Filipinas and their back line will be forced to try and test themselves in terms of their aerial prowess, considering how Iceland have elected to try to play the ball over repeatedly against the Filipinas back line. Still looking for the right counterattack. The Filipinas have yet to have one come off throughout the entire tournament, to be completely frank, as Tian is trying to free up Kinley Quesada. Quesada could not get a boot to it, and instead Iversdottir will collect. Serena Bolden waits for Kinley Quesada to get back into possession. Carly Friles with the pressure. And Serrano forces a throw in. Switching it from left to right here, looking for Haldersdottir. That is Albersdottir. Jackie Savitsky trying to lead the pressure here. Very calm back and forth. Now it's the turn of the Philippines to go on an attack. Carly Friles plays it all the way back to Malaya Cesar. Tianes under pressure. Forward ball, trying to look for Serrano. Finds no one. A little 1-2. And there is a lot of running here between the Philippines and Iceland, but then no result for either team so far. But here's a better run coming from Iceland. Haley Long has some defending to do. Tianes there to help as well, as Andradottir dribbles her way out of trouble. Shot from range. Olivia McDaniel with a good save. Let's take a look at that again, as Olivia McDaniel had to go on full stretch to try and make it, but I believe that there was a foul called, so it will be a goal kick here for Olivia McDaniel. Well, either way, unfortunately, I couldn't give you a better explanation. We are not at the venue. We are in Pasig City and nowhere near the Pinatar Arena. But either way, that was a good effort there coming from Olivia McDaniel, and the foul pulled back there. Malaya Cesar judged to have fouled Andradottir. Let's take a look at that again, and well, there was a hold there. It was a hold on her shirt. Kinley Quesada on the break now, trying to hold off the opposition, but then that time Haldorsdottir just a bit too strong, and just as I say that, Dom Randall was there to try and make something out of nothing. Again, height there is going to be an issue, especially if the ball is played up in the air. You put it on the ground, the Filipinos could probably get to it. Haley Long. That was good, calm play. You could actually hear the coaching staff of the Filipinas on the sidelines. Coach Avsejic, and his distinct voice and accent, you could hear him say calm, calm. And that's exactly what happened there for the Filipinas. Haley Long standing her ground, forcing the pass back. And now Iceland having to reset here as they try to shift from right to left. Trying to make inroads on the village. Jonsdottir. Kinley Quesada with the pressure as Andradottir tries to find an incisive pass, but instead just finds the gloves of McDaniel. Again, thank you very much for joining us here on this live stream. Here in the Philippines, it's around 3:43 in the morning. Common occurrence for Asian football fans to stay up for their favorite teams. We're all over the world, considering the kickoff times all over Europe. And this is just another day in the office for those die-hard fans, as the Filipinas will try and make them proud. Carly Friles. Back to Tianis, trying to maintain possession. She felt the pressure, and she wins it back. Kinley Quesada trying to give it back to T. And now Alcantara, again in her first start here, with her first partnership with Haley Long here in the Pinatar Cup. Serrano. Now to Q Quesada. Ball played wide to Dom Randall, typically a center back, now a makeshift left back. Tianis delivers a ball forward, trying to look for either Q or Serena Bolden, and the pressure is still there. Dom Randall, can she win it here? Tianis fouled in a dangerous area, or at least an area where the Philippines feel that they could deliver the ball. Typically, from this range, it is the likes of Sarah Egishvik who takes this. But now Tianis will probably be the one a choice here, as the captain holds on to this and will try to deliver a good ball. I cannot emphasize just how much of an advantage Iceland do have in terms of height. It looks like Mary Serrano will be the one taking this, a left footer. Serrano with the delivery, played high. The header, and Alcantara got ahead to it, but then not on target and not in a dangerous area. Very encouraging stuff here from the Philippines early on against the toughest competition they have here in the Pinatar Cup, at least based on the rankings according to FIFA. Number 16 in the world against number 53. A real underdog matchup here for the Philippines against Iceland. Good pressure once again coming from the girls in red, as Serrano is here to make a nuisance of herself. Serrano with another good header. And Iceland being forced back, but here they caught Kinley Quesada off position, and Dom Randall using her body well to maintain possession. Just a miscue there, Jackie Savitsky. And Serena Bolden not in the right, didn't have the timing right there, as Dom Randall having to do another good job in terms of reading the game and having that interception. Haley Long, so steady and calm at the back, trying to play the ball forward, looking for the run of Serena Bolden, and it's Iceland who has it again. Malaya Cesar has some defending to do, and she plays it out safely. Quick throw in here for Iceland, as Maya Alcantara, good defending there, and that'll be a goal kick. Thorvaldsdottir, there on your screen. Was actually listed as a substitute, but ended up starting. Dom Randall pressured, hung on to the ball, probably a bit too long for Coach Allen's liking. Tianis, good interception. And Kinley Quesada trying to win back possession here. She does pull her girl back though. Thorvaldsdottir has been a very physical opponent here for Kinley Quesada. Wouldn't be surprised if there is some more tugging between the two throughout the entire matchup. Iceland continue to look for a way through this very tight and disciplined Filipinas defense. And at the same time, the Filipinas trying to look for the right sequence of passes to free up their blisteringly quick forward line, as Carly Friles continues to search on. Haley Long with the header away, safe to Malaya Cesar. And that will be a foul against Iceland. The Filipino fans at the Pinatar Arena starting to find their voice. As we see Haley pulled back. Olivia McDaniel looks to play it short. Alcantara back to Daniel. Mele Cesar unable to find Serrano, and Iceland will take back the possession. And tough contest here for the Filipinas. Having to find ways to win, find ways to get results in games wherein they're not expected to have the ball a lot. And that has been true here. Instead, they've been trying their luck in terms of finding incisive balls here, trying to catch the defenders of Iceland napping. Vidarsdottir throws it back in. For Iceland, the question is, can they find a way to unlock a tight Philippines back line? That's been a problem here for all the opposition here for the Filipinas. As Dom Randall continues to put on a good shift here as left back, but then as I say that, loses possession, just dilly-dallied on the ball just a bit too long. Andra Dottir sends it all the way back to Brianjarsdottir. Header away by Alcantara, but not far away. Adorsdottir, ball in, and the Filipinas unable to get the pressure away from their penalty area. Lining up a shot, and Olivia McDaniel is unable to get to it. And the shot from distance means Iceland break the deadlock. Iceland do what they expected to do, and that's break the ice. Another look at it here. Andra Dottir lining this up. Shot dipped right in front of Olivia McDaniel, who was rooted to her spot. Not quite sure if her view was impeded, but either way, Iceland open up the scoring. (1-0) to Iceland. As I'm sure the graphic on the upper left-hand side will be updated sooner rather than later. Again, as I was saying a while ago, this is actually an encouraging start here for the Filipinas in terms of their aggression. But then their inability to clear the ball in their last possession meant that Iceland could buy a ticket to the lottery. And it just so happened that they won in their first try. There's Dom Randall's clearance. And there is a player down here for Iceland. Not quite sure who it is or exactly what happened. If you just joined us here, the graphic should read Iceland 1, the Philippines none. As Andra Dottir finding a way to score from distance, able to beat Olivia McDaniel, who was rooted to her spot, finishing to the left of the frame. And of course, I'm sure the Filipinos will use this quick break to try and get reorganized as they aim to try and restore the deadlock.
Here we go, Red.
Again, thank you very much for joining us. This live stream is brought to you by the Philippine Airport Ground Support Solutions and the Philippine Women's National Team Manager, Jefferson Cheng. Again, thank you very much for everyone in the Philippines who has stayed up to join us and follow our girls around 3:53 in the morning here in Pasig City, where we are broadcasting from. And of course, for those watching all over the world, maraming salamat. And a quick substitution here as Haldorsdottir will have to check out, and Gunslagsdottir, Auslag Gunslagsdottir, will check in her stead. Again, with a team full of experience, with a team that has had their type of pedigree, every member of their bench will be sufficiently ready and will be hoping to impress here against Iceland. For Iceland, rather. Skinny Quesada wins a throw-in. Interesting to see how the Filipinas respond here. That injury break and the substitution meant that they had a chance to realign for all intents and purposes here. As Tianis trying to close down the opposite captain. Swinging things around here for Iceland. As Vidarsdottir has now shifted to the right-hand side to accommodate number 19, Gunslagsdottir. Was now elected to operate on the left as a winger, as we just saw. Forward pass cut out, and a chance here for Iceland to attack on the break. So important to get those first passes from the center backs right. And here's Iceland going to try and punish them. Alcantara using her body, just as expected. Again, no real distance in that, and a chance here for Olivia McDaniel to try and find a way to prevent that chance, but then Haley Long was there to head it safely to the hands of Olivia McDaniel. Iceland have started to get used to the type of pressure the Filipinas have been trying to offer them. Melissa Sar wins back possession. Again, trying to play the quick pass forward. Carly Friles, nothing she could do there against the presence of Sigardottir. Giannis and Alcantara trying to close down the challenge here from Iceland. Eventually concedes a throw in to Vidarsdottir. Vidarsdottir. Kenny Quesada trying to pressure her. Tianis still battling in the middle. That will be a whistle blown against Iceland. Again, it's physical here. You know, this is a tournament in preparation for bigger things, but every game, every possession does matter, and you can see why Tianis is one who leads by example. Malay Cesar is trying to get the better of Jónsdóttir. Alexandra Jónsdóttir, the opposite number, has been part of this Iceland team for quite some time and came in as a substitute in their playoff loss against Portugal. Dom Randall gives it back here to Serrano. Serrano trying to play Serena Bolden forward. Bolden takes it first time. So trying to hold on to possession, but then Iceland deal with it. Actually, that was a very tough angle for Serena Bolden to come up with anything. Whistle blown, referee says the ball will go Iceland's way. Not quite sure what happened there. Now playing it back here for Iceland. So long time to go here as Iceland already have breaking the deadlock. And high ball forward. Haley Long with a crucial header. Sends it away from any sort of trouble. Again, Andra Dottir with such a height advantage over her man. Great ball that comes from Albert Dottir. And Andra Dottir was lurking. Malay Cesar will try and cut out the short option as Albert Dottir comes close. Played short, Andra Dottir. Cleared away by Haley Long. As the Filipinas and the red shirts start to push out of their own box. And Olivia McDaniel there to collect. Carly Friles trying to see if she can manufacture some green room ahead of her. Now trying to find Serrano. Serrano uses her body just to shield the ball and maintain possession. Friles. Now Serena Bolden. Bolden unable to get the shot through. Good defending coming from Gunslagsdottir, the substitute. And the Philippines starting to find their voice here. The fans are starting to find their voice again. And that was a rare chance there. But no shots on goal yet for the Philippines. What can they do here just to pressure the goalkeeper? A little slip there for Malaya Cesar. And Iceland win it back. Again, ball played high here. And Dom Randall trying to keep possession. Plays it all the way back to Olivia McDaniel. This is the best spell of possession here for the Filipinas in the game so far. Holding on to the ball. Swinging it left and right. And Tianes trying to keep it here. Carly Friles trying to look for the right pass. Malay Cesar offers herself and does get the ball. Now playing it back to Serrano. Serrano now pressured. Able to use her dribbling ability to hold on to the ball and find Dom Randall. Dom Randall looking for a runner inside. Eventually plays it in, but then only finds a white shirt. Not enough bodies in the box there for the Filipinas to cause any real problem against Iceland. Tianes trying to pressure down the middle as Gunslagsdottir starts barreling down the left-hand side. Malaya Cesar did enough just to pressure her to put in a low cross that only finds Olivia McDaniel. Played forward by McDaniel, but only finding a white shirt. And Malaya Cesar would be thankful that the offside flag has ruled in their favor, because Dilja Zomers was looking to have possession in what could have been a very dangerous area for the Filipinas. Again, Philippine fans present at the venue, maraming salamat yung suporta, and I understand that the Pinatar Arena is difficult to get to. Couple of hours drive. So again, I'm sure the girls do appreciate your support. And for those watching here and who know the people present and will be shown on screen later on, tag nyo naman. Again, Iceland trying to maintain a bit of control here because in the past few minutes it's been the Filipinas who've actually held on to the ball a bit better. And you can hear the voice of Serena Bolden barking out orders from the front, trying to lead the line by example, encouraging everyone to be ready to press. Jackie Savitsky with the interception, but Kenny Quesada loses possession. Carly Friles. Now to Dom Randall, back to Olivia McDaniel. Olivia gets rid of it before anything bad could have happened, as Serena Bolden is trying to make herself a nuisance, but unable to be effective. Grimsdottir sends it out wide to Vidarsdottir. Quesada with the pressure. Grimsdottir sends it out wide left again. Sigurdardottir. Grimsdottir. Vidarsdottir with the ball forward, but only Dom Randall there. Dom Randall using her big body, unable to shepherd it out, so loses out. Dangerous opportunity here, and Iceland could not double up their lead. Dom Randall was expecting the ball to go out, but eventually got beat on her own side. And the Filipinas are happy that Dilja Zomers was unable to convert on what could have been a gilt-edged opportunity for Iceland to pounce on. Iceland fans also at the venue starting to show off their support as well. Alcantara wins out there, but an errant pass coming from Olivia McDaniel. And Olivia raises her hand in apology. Ball played inside, and Tianis was the woman there to make the connection and clear the ball away. Our corner opportunity here for Iceland. They have yet to really whip in the box from the corner kick opportunities. Played it low. Easily dealt with, but the ball will still be with the white shirt's hands. Kenny Quesada with the clearance. Serena Bolden trying to give chase. And Haley Long hammers that against an Iceland attacker. Around 10 minutes left here before added time. As Haley, in her attempt to clear out the ball, doesn't really get it too far away. Oh, and that's a dangerous header to concede, as Alcantara using her body again to try and force a goal kick, and she was successful. Alcantara, despite not starting throughout the Pinatar Cup, has been dealing with this type of opposition quite well here, alongside Haley Long. Serrano, good find to Bolden. Now trying to spread that out wide left, but then no red shirt there to pounce on it. Instead, it is Iceland who has it again. Vidarsdottir spreads it to the left. Sigurdardottir. Carly Friles standing in front of her. Vidarsdottir with the ball forward, and it is Dom Randall who uses her body And correctly gets that through, and slow to get up here, talking about Dom Randall. But eventually gets up okay. Take a look at that again. Maybe a slight push there coming from Vidarsdottir. And Kinny Quesada. Pass a bit too weak there, and Dom Randall forced clear. Alcantara unable to head it away. And it's still Iceland ball here, but then misconnection there for Iceland as Alcantara loses it in a dangerous position. Jackie Savitsky, what great anticipation as Serena Bolden tried to use her pace to get through, but the ball falls kindly to Carly Friles. Two red shirts down the middle. Jackie Savitsky, she'll get it, lays it off. Serrano was trying to wind it up, but then Zomers was there to clear it away. Now it's Malaya Cesar. The pressure still here for the Filipinas, but can they find the right target? Ball played in by Cesar. Friles trying to find Serrano, and Serrano's first time effort just mistimed. Oh, Alcantara let the ball bounce, but Haley Long was there to cover. Haley, now to Dom Randall. Tianis. Will that be a costly turnover here? A chance again. Andrasdottir in what was a very difficult angle for her to score on. Tried her luck, but then that just flashed right in front of goal. Jackie Savitsky. Serrano. Savitsky. Plays all the way back to McDaniel. Tianis tried to nudge that forward. Again, using her body well. Ball played out wide to Vidarsdottir. High ball played in, headed away by Haley Long, who has been so good in the air despite being literally head shorter than some of her opposition. Kindy Quesada pushed from behind. That will be a free kick for the Philippines. And Olivia McDaniel will come up to put this into a tough spot here for Iceland as we take a look at the push there coming from Vidarsdottir. So it'll be Tianis taking this one again, so no long-range bombs like we saw in the previous games. Opportunity here is Kindy Quesada. Tries her luck, and that'll be the first shot on goal for the Filipinas. A weak effort that goes straight into the arms of Ivarsdottir. There it is, Kindy Quesada. Unable to really get any punch into that shot. Iceland trying to make inroads down the middle once more. Serena Bolden there to pressure. She wins back possession. But then the pressure coming from the midfield of Iceland has been so bothersome here. Dom Randall. Pass to no one in particular, really. Ivarsdottir. Zomers. Sigurdardottir. Shuffled wide right. Vidarsdottir could only hit Dom Randall, and Dom Randall hit in the solar plexus, hits the deck. Again, just hitting that spot right under the rib cage. And for those wondering just how painful that is, You know, just getting hit there means that you get your wind knocked out of you. And Serena Bolden with a crucial interception, and you could see what that effort means to her teammates. Again, you could hear the bench screaming encouragement from the mics that we have at the venue. And Serrano unable to get that interception through as Jackie Savitsky and Malaya Cesar start tracking all the attackers from the right-hand side. Zomers plays it back. Olivia McDaniel will collect here, as the Philippines have been, for the most part of this contest, weathering the storm here that Iceland have been trying to inflict on the Filipinas. So far, just one long-range goal to separate these two sides. Kindy Quesada trying to free up Dom Randall, but then Dom Randall not having the pace to reach that. And the Filipinas trying to keep Iceland here, trying to apply more and more pressure, and eventually getting them in a difficult situation, and that will be a throw-in for Iceland. Again, still here in a dangerous part of the pitch for Iceland. And what play there, trying to get rid of the pressure. Tiane is unable to really contain Andras Dotir. But the ball will go back to the Philippines. Alcantara plays it calmly to Olivia McDaniel. McDaniel with a few options to aim for. Now Haley Long's turn. Haley pushing forward. Malaya Cesar wide right. Plays it low, but then telegraphed, and Malaya Cesar will have to settle for a throw-in. Again, interesting to see if we're going to have much added time here, well, considering that this isn't necessarily a very competitive matchup. So whether or not limited injury time, added time would be a factor here, we're going to find out soon enough. Can the Filipinas do something here? The time winding down in the first half. Tianis chasing this down. Olivia McDaniel offering herself as an option. Now out wide. Better play here for the Filipinas. Bolden finds Kinley Quesada. Quesada will try to line this up. Quesada's low shot, unable to find anyone or even hit the target. Jackie Savitsky plays it out wide right. 2 minutes of added time here for the Filipinas to play with. Jackie Savitsky. Jackie Savitsky plays it low. Best chance of the Philippines here so far. It comes from the midfielder, Jackie Savitsky. Held off the captain. The low shot beat the keeper, but then just flashed wide left at the post. Arguably one of the better runs of play for the Philippines throughout the entire contest so far. Here they are continuing to try and apply pressure on Iceland as Olivia McDaniel hits it across Dom Randall, an open goal. And the Filipinas will count their lucky stars that Andras Dotir could not hit the target this time around. Around 30 seconds left in this one before the halftime whistle is scheduled to blow. Malaya Cesar plays it all the way back. Cesar back to Long, and the ball will go the Philippines' way. So you take a look at what we've seen so far in this half. A lot of positives at the same time. Some head-scratching moments in terms of the ball retention, especially by the back four of the Philippines. And that'll do it for the first half. I'm sure Coach Alan Stejic will have a lot of words in the during the halftime break. Again, he's not known to just sit on his hands and let the team play out of trouble. He will ring up the changes if he feels that it's needed. And so far, it is the favorites, Iceland, up 1-0 against the underdogs, the Filipinas. Don't go away, though, because we're going to try and have a bit of halftime analysis here with a good friend of ours, Ryan Phoenix, in just a bit here on the live stream, brought to you by the Philippine Airport Ground Support Solutions and the Philippines Women National Team Manager Jefferson Cheng. So don't go away. 1-0 in favor of Iceland against the Filipinas in the Pinatar Cup in their final matchup. We'll see you in a bit. We're now joined here by friend of the podcast, Ryan Phoenix. Of course, Ryan, good morning. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm also going to assume na nagkape ka just to be able to stay up this early. First of all, I'm going to skip the niceties. I'm going to assume that you're doing well because you do look well. Your thoughts here on the matchup between the Filipinas and Iceland. Few problems and a few problematic moments, especially with the back line in terms of passing the ball from the back going forward. Your thoughts initially?
Well, good morning, Paul. Good morning to everyone who's watching us today. Alam mo, I think the important thing to note is that we have chopped and changed our starting 11 in the three games that we've played so far. No? And this is a glimpse, I think, of what Coach Taj will plan to do in the FIFA World Cup using his squad depth and yung play in tournament team management niya that he's always known to use. If you notice, the starting 11, apat lang yung regulars dyan, no? Si Liv McDaniel, Hannes, Quinley Quesada, and Haley Long. And all of the seven others have just been mixed and matched in the last three games. And I think this is important to note kasi in the tournament itself proper, I think what he will do is try to have fresh legs every time we play a different opponent. So this is one thing that I think the team and the fans have to get used to. In terms of yung game today, I think there are a few lapses, Pao, and in this level against very higher rank opposition, you cannot have these sort of lapses. They will get punished sooner or later. And as you see, kanina, there was a goal that was let in, and there were two chances at least, no, that was due to errors on our end, which almost led to goals by Iceland. So we have to be very careful. We're not in the level anymore of able to sort of get by these errors. Kailangan talaga we are minimizing our errors so that we'll maximize our chances of scoring on the other end.
Yeah, you take a look. You mentioned the errors a while ago, and of course, for those who don't realize just how many days this tournament is, it's actually 3 games in 6 days. So obviously, there may be, if I'm not mistaken, a bit more room during the FIFA Women's World Cup, which is again what we're going to be looking forward to the most in terms of the space in between games. So let's see whether or not the rotation will be a factor, as you mentioned, Ryan. But then you take a look at the names that did come in. Of course, we're seeing Maya Alcantara for the first time at SSR with her first start here. Mary Serrano, of course, trying to make good from her goal last time around. I know that we were familiar with a lot of the names like Serena Bolden, Tianes, but then amongst the newer girls who have made appearance here, who has left a big impression on you, at least here in the first 45 minutes.
Well, for many people, I think Serrano would have been top of mind because of her goal, no. But more than that, I think her performances on the field will have merited her start today. One thing that Coach Taj always says is that they want to have it sort of like kung sino man ipasok natin dyan sa starting 11, we will deliver and the quality will not drop off that much, no. So I
Mhm.
think so far what we're seeing is precisely that. No, one thing I'd like to ask you, Pao, is that what do you think of Anis in the center of midfield? Because I've been seeing some of the games as well when Anis is on the left wing. I'm not too sure if that's her best position because so far in the center of midfield where she may be able to control and dictate the pace of the game more, and maybe as well give Quinley and some others that freedom on the wings to just run up and down. The problem is, I think, is that you have Jackie and Sarah in that same position, so it's a good problem for Coach Allen to have. I mean, these are the things that we discuss, and this is like again the depth of the squad is coming into play as well because you've got
Well,
a lot of options for Staj. Whereas before, maybe wala tayong choice because you have to do this and that. But now you have so many other options. I think this is a good problem going forward for the Filipinas.
I think it's a matter of utility, in the sense that you can play Tianis on the left and you can play her in the middle, and I think she can be equally effective. It's doing different jobs based on the position, and we can argue whether or not it's her best position or not, and a lot of people will actually debate that.
Me personally, I feel like our best winger is actually a forward, which is Katrina Giliu. In terms of if she was available for selection, because looking at the lineup, it looks like she's not. And but then her what she does as a forward probably supersedes what she could do as a winger. And it'll be an interesting debate and conversation, especially with the Filipinas arguably having more depth in terms of forwards than midfielders. When you take a look at the likes of Flanagan, Carly Friles, Sarina Bolden, Katrina Giliu, a lot of people can probably mix and match and pick their favorites and try and figure out which one plays better with the other. And at the same time, on the wingers, you play Kinley Quesada, Katrina Giliu there, and both of them could also be forwards. So really, you look at the forward options. There's so many to pick from, and of course, it's more of how the engine in the middle works out and how Coach Allen wants it to work out. And obviously, today having Savitsky and Tianis in the middle, and to an extent, Meryl Serrano has been coming down in the middle also. Let's see whether or not that's going to be the case. But then right now, the biggest question marks is still the back line, Ryan. They are being played in different ways by this Iceland team. Of course, we've seen them a while ago. Kanina, grabe yung mga over-the-top balls nila as they try to take advantage of their height. Sa mga nagsasabi that height does not matter in football, I disagree. Like, I cannot disagree with that enough because it does matter. And we're seeing it in this game because winning the aerial battles and the way that they're attacking us is actually very good for their height.
One person pala we forgot to mention is that si Alicia Barker because she's also been playing very well in the first two games that we've been
Yeah.
playing against Wales in Scotland. And a word on the physicality, no, Pao. I mean, I think it's important to note now that yung kalaban natin ngayon hindi na tayo pang regional level lang, no. We are now really in the international level. And international level means that we play against bigger players, bigger teams. Literally, hindi lang yung in terms of higher ranking, but they're also bigger and stronger players. So this Iceland team is actually a glimpse of what maybe we'll be facing in the World Cup in terms of yung physicality, yung strength, and yung speed nila. No? I mean, these are really top-notch players. And I think we've got the physicality to match them in terms of our backline. We've got Dom, we've got Jessica, we've got Haley, Alicia's there as well, Maya's there as well. So in terms of that, I think toe-to-toe, kaya nating makipaglaban, makipagsabayan. It's just that we have to have minimizing our errors and have this sort of fluidity that we can, pass our way back from the back and then have a platform going forward.
All right, Ryan, I'd love to talk to you a bit more, but then I'd like to watch football more. So the second half is coming up really soon. Maraming salamat, Ryan. I'm sure you're gonna be with us throughout the entirety of the game. Please don't fall asleep, and I know I won't because it looks like we're gonna have an exciting second half coming right up. All right, so don't go away. That's coming up right now.
Welcome. Welcome back to our continuing coverage here of the Pinatar Cup as we take a look at the goal that was conceded in the first half. Again, not really cleared out well here, as you're going to see Andradotir able to run into this one, hitting that in between a sea of red shirts like she was Moses splitting the Red Sea. Ball falling in as a couple of changes will be made here by the Philippines. 1-0 to Iceland so far. We're going to get confirmation on some of the substitutions later on. As we return back to normal action here, again, thank you very much for joining us here on this live stream. And the Filipinas already under pressure immediately. This live stream is brought to you by the Philippine Airport Ground Support Solutions and the Philippine Women's National Team Manager Jefferson Chang. Now, as I mentioned a while ago, a bit of pressure here coming for the Filipinas. And then here they are returning the favor in due time. 1-0 so far in favor of Iceland after a goal in the first half, courtesy of Amanda Jakobsen Andradotir. Found the back of the net from distance. There she is, the goal scorer trying to drive in forward. Jackie Savitsky putting her body in the way. So no changes here for the Filipinas so far. But again, we will see if that will change in due time. Eddie Long plays it back to Maya Alcantara.
Something behind the bench.
No, I went there to call her. I told they didn't know.
And right now, Iceland is trying to pressure the Filipinas backline to a mistake. And Olivia McDaniel relieving the pressure for the moment. Mera Serrano could not win back possession here, as Sigurda Dotir able to take control. Jones Dotir, number 5, checking in here for Iceland, as we're going to find out what the changes are together here based on who holds on to the ball. And the Icelandic team actually had a substitution already here, with Gunnlaugsdóttir having to come in after an injury in the first half. Iceland trying to find the right pass, trying to get the Filipinas off guard. And it's Olivia McDaniel looking for a pass to free up a Filipinas counterattack. Serena Bolden. Malay Cesar unable to get to it because Vidarsdóttir was in the way. Now when the fullback is up, that means there's going to be open space down the middle. Maya Alcantara able to cover. Playing it out wide now, Andradotir. Andradotir plays it to the captain, and Jackie Savitsky trying to chase down that ball. She holds on and forces a turnover. Kinley Quesada finding the run of Meryl Serrano. Carly Friles running straight ahead in front of her. Kinley holds on to possession. Trying to lay it off to Serena Bolden, and the connection just not there. Bit of a frustrating half here. Frustrating game here for Serena Bolden, who is really unable to get any type of service, and to be completely frank, so does her strike partner, Carly Friles, both of them having to feed off scraps. Olivia McDaniel has to get to this first, eventually hammers that off Haley Long. And a problematic moment, but the Filipinas survive. That will be a foul against Iceland. And a moment of indecision there coming from the back line of the Filipinas almost resulted in a second goal here for Iceland. Let's take a look at this here. Zommers able to hit that in, but then Albertsdottir unable to turn it in. Good defense there from the back from Maya Alcantara. Haley Long. Now to Tianis, who tracks back. And Just offering herself here as a deep option. Anis, long ball forward. No real connection, but Tianes able to track it back. Kini Quesada, pressure down the middle. Good pass to Meryl Serrano. Serrano trying to give it back to Kini Quesada, but forced the pass. Alcantara, great interception there. Jackie Savitsky, so sure on the ball. Holds on to possession with her small touches. Haley Long. Ball played forward, Jackie Savitsky maintaining possession. Alcantara almost lost it, but it forced a foul. Played quickly here. Haley Long has some defending to do. Haley, can she stop the shot? Olivia McDaniel, it crawls under her as Andra Dottir doubles up the lead. Amanda Jakobsen and Andra Dottir took on Haley Long. A couple of step overs, a sidestep, and the shot hit straight at McDaniel, but McDaniel unable to keep it down and out. Philippine fans, despite the goal, are even louder now, trying to encourage the Filipinos forward. So how will the Philippines reply? Only 6 minutes into the second half, Iceland double up their lead. And another quick turnover here. Haley Long unable to keep it as Jackie Savitsky tracks down the ball. Haley back to Jackie. Ball continues to stay with the Philippines here as they try to go quickly on the attack. Serena Bolden trying to get Carly Friles on the run, but then Iceland were just a bit quicker. There's a pressure in the middle. A lot of hands pointing to that end. And you can see just the reason why this Iceland team is number 16 in the world against the Filipinas team trying to make a difference. Serena Bolden takes her chance and just off target. Or look at that for Serena Bolden, a bit speculative. But then you feel that Serena Bolden will just try and take as many chances as she could here, because they are hard to come by. Jackie Savitsky, what pressure she's showing there down the middle. Playing it forward again. And Haley Long and Malaya Cesar coming up to defend very high. The pressure coming in very high. And since Long and Cesar were all the way up, a chance here for Iceland to add on another. Albert Zotir skied that. What a ball there with the outside of her foot. Talking about Vidar Zotir. But Olivia McDaniel, thankful that shot wasn't even on target. And just when the Filipinos were applying more pressure with Haley Long and Malaya Cesar all the way up the halfway line, there was always going to be room down that left-hand side for Iceland to exploit. Philippines amping the pressure here. While Iceland, well, you can see why they're so cool and calm and collected, so sure in possession, and just moving the defense from left to right. Jackie Savitsky coming in with her defensive duties. And that shot was always going to go wide. Brynjar Ziltir with a shot, not even on target. Tianis gives it to Mero Serrano. Now Jackie Savitsky trying to play it quick to Carly Friles. Tianis. Can she find Serena Bolden? Serena bearing down on goal. Asking for a corner, but it looks like they'll get a goal kick. What a great ball forward there. Serena Bolden. There was a foot in front of her own, but then unable to get that on target. Brynjar Ziltir. Andras Dottir, ball in. And almost a third there for Iceland, hitting the ad boards instead. While the Filipinas are getting closer and closer to a clear-cut chance, Iceland have started to find and bear down on this Filipinas back line. As a series of changes here for the Filipinas. Jessica Cowart will come in as Tianis will get a well-deserved rest here. Bella Flanagan also coming in for Carly Friles. Eva Madarang also set to make an appearance, as well as Sophia Harrison. Sophia Harrison will shift to the left-hand side, where she is the typical choice for Coach Amsecic as the left back. Well, it took until the 90th minute for the Filipinas to score a goal here in the Pinatar Cup in their last game against Scotland. Ended up 2-1. Will the Filipinas wait that long as well? We'll find out. Cowart with the ball forward, unable to find the run. Akini Quesada trying to hold on to possession, but they lose out. Haley Long, right place, right time. Alea Cesar will let Eva Madarang take this. Eva finding Malaya Cesar. Cesar keeps it in play, but just. Good pressure there coming from Bella Flanagan. Kinli Quesada tries again from distance, harmlessly straight into the arms of Ivers Dottir. That will come down as a shot on target, but then really not threatening at all. Good pressure there from Bella Flanagan for her first ever contribution to this game. Iceland continue to bear down on that left-hand side. Savitsky trying to free up Serena Bolden, and Bella Flanagan again coming into this game full of running. Bent her run, sent it down to the middle. You know, with the likes of Carly Friles and Bella Flanagan, you have two players who will never stop running because their age will allow them to. And Bella Flanagan still competing for the Philippines in the youth age level. Actually expected back in the Philippines soon to represent the Philippines in the under-20s. That one goes out for a goal kick for Olivia McDen. Jackie Savitsky. Alcantara. Malaya Cesar trying to play it first time to an on-rushing Serena Bolden. Alcantara hammers that off the Icelandic forward. Eva Madarang offering some pressure, but it's still Iceland ball. Filipinas trying to find a way to pressure Iceland once more. Again, just trying to run at them in the midfield when they don't have the ball. Harrison, ball forward. Finds his way back to Iceland though. Harrison will have another throw. And the Philippines inching closer and closer. And the ball will go the Philippines' way. Another throw in. And the Filipinas have been inching closer and closer to Eva Matarang throw-in territory, but it'll still be Harrison taking this. Serena Bolden able to hold on to the ball here, finding Jackie Savitsky. Savitsky looking for the right pass, hands it off back. Haiti Long playing it high. Again, it's always going to be so tough winning a header with the type of physicality this Iceland team plays with. And again, so quick, moving the ball forward in transition. Talking about Iceland. Haiti Long. Couldn't find Eva Madarang. Bella Flanagan. Unable to get the ball there. Zommers. And that will be Philippines ball. Esmeralda Cesar able to stand her ground. And a series of changes coming up here for Iceland. Albertsdottir looks like she'll be moving on. As Magnusdottir, Selma Magnusdottir will come in, as well as Lynn Eriksdottir. And their team captain, Brynjarsdottir, will check out. Kinikasada offering a lot of pressure there. Ivarsdottir taking her time. Sigarsdottir. And Iceland just moving it back and forth, so patient. Going from left to right, right to left. Serena Bolden wins back possession, finding Bella Flanagan. Bella trying to give it back to Serena Bolden, but then unable to really connect. Jackie Savitsky, like a terrier chasing the ball down the middle. And Malaya Cesar adamant that it was out, and Andras Dottir disagrees. They play on here. And good technical play here coming from Sigarda Dottir. And Serena Bolden had a good idea, but then unable to get an interception. Substitute here. Magnusdottir spreads that wide right. Magnusdottir. Well, they freshened up the engine, talking about Iceland, with the two substitutes, Magnusdottir and Vilhjálmsdottir, settling in the center of midfield. And the ball does go out for a Filipinas throw-in. Madarang trying to initiate a run here from Bella Flanagan. Bella giving chase here to Ivarsdottir. And the ball coolly played back to Sigarda Dottir. Well, Sigarda Dottir and Ivarsdottir have connected well between goalkeeper and center back here for Iceland. Iversdottir plays it forward. We go back to the substitutes. And a shot from range, and that was going nowhere. High and wide. Wouldn't even be a field goal in American football. That's Magnusdottir with the shot. But again, for the Filipinas, it's just so difficult for them to craft any sort of chances. I've been trying to get so on the break, but then for every opportunity that they've had to go forward, the final pass is not quite there. Coward playing it forward to Serena Bolden. Bolden almost muscled off the ball here. It'll be a corner kick here for the Philippines. A rare opportunity to make a difference from a set-piece opportunity. Take a look at this again. Serena Bolden just muscled away from the ball. And you can hear Serena Bolden asking for calm here. Take your time. Trying to savor every moment here in the Icelandic box. Jackie Savitsky with the ball in. Bella Flanagan. Bella still plays it high. And Serena Bolden got in the way of the keeper. And Jackie Savitsky will make way for Kaya Hawkinson. Good shift for Jackie Savitsky. Again, for a lot of Filipino fans, they did miss her since the AFF Women's Championship here in the Philippines. So this is her first foray since then here in the Pinatar Cup. And that meant that she did miss the high-profile friendlies that they've had prior. And I'm sure she feels glad knowing that she was able to go up against top-class opposition in Wales, Scotland, or rather in Scotland and in Iceland. Magnusdottir here with the throw. Ball will go the Philippines' way. Almost a scary moment there for the Philippines. Now Olivia McDaniel calmly gives it back to Haley. Now Olivia again. Will she bomb this forward? Filipinas electing for a bit more patience here. Coward. Alcantara. Ball played forward here as two Icelandic players slam into each other. Harrison, ball played high, looking for either Madarang or Bolden. Bolden will try to get to the end of this, and neither Cesar or Bolden could get possession. Cesar got the better of Zomers there. Haley Long set to take this free kick from halfway. As we take a look at Zomers' foul. Coward trying to play it over the Icelandic back line as Kindi Casada is trying to do what Iceland has been doing to them in terms of the pressure. Coward. Haley Long. And couldn't find the run of Malaya Cesar. A missed opportunity here for the Philippines to make some pressure count. Iversdottir. Easy pass here to Sigurdardottir. Coward couldn't hold on to it. One out there by Vilhjálmsdóttir. Eva Madarang couldn't get rid of it, and a chance here for Iceland, but then the touch too heavy coming from Andradóttir. Eva Madarang didn't have the pace to reach it. And it's Magnusdóttir. Magnusdóttir again, and Magnusdóttir finds the back of the net. And the substitute makes it 3-0 in favor of Iceland. Just a little 1-2, freeing herself up. And Hawkinson unable to keep in pace with her. So Selma Magnusdóttir makes it 3-0 for Iceland and piles on the misery against the Filipinas. We're taking a crash course into battling some of Europe's finest. Playing really quickly again, trying to force Iceland into a mistake, and the Filipinas get a consolation goal here, or at least give themselves a lifeline for what could be an improbable comeback. Chances coming few and far in between, and lacking the quality required to take down a team like Iceland, again ranked number 16 in the world, against the Filipinas, number 53. Games like this are here to bridge that gap, or at least identify what that gap actually is. And so far, the Filipinas are learning what is needed to compete. Ella Flanagan offering pressure here to Ivarsdóttir. Switch of play here. Eva Madarang has some defending to do, as well as Malé Cesar. Vilhjálmsdóttir. Magnusdóttir, the goal scorer. Low shot there. Does not find any real space there to make it difficult for the Filipinos to deal with. Sophia Harrison comes out to defend. Magnusdóttir. Vilhjálmsdóttir. Sustained pressure here coming, and another shot from distance. And at that time, Vilhjálmsdóttir not so lucky. Can the Filipinas get a goal here soon, just to give themselves a bit of belief in this game? Ivarsdóttir. Cesar playing it forward. Again, there's a big battle in the midfield. That time between Kaya Hawkinson and Magnusdóttir. Ivarsdóttir sends it all the way back to Sigurdardóttir. And that'll be a foul against Maya Alcantara. So chance here for Iceland to send this one in. Again, Iceland with a distinct height advantage. Selma Magnusdottir sending the ball in. And they lack that decisive touch there coming from any Icelandic player. Haley Long walks this one out. Coward. Alcantara. Quesada trying to win back possession down the middle. Now it's Bella Flanagan. Now Serena Bolden offering a bit of pressure as well. Eva Madarang could not get to it. That could have been a golden opportunity. Eva Madarang looking for the run. Serena Bolden. Bella Flanagan trying to find room in the middle. And just muscled away from the ball. Literally just dragging Serena Bolden from left to right. But they win it back here. Bella Flanagan still has it. Bella. And the danger dealt away with by Iceland as now they go on the counterattack. Olivia McDaniel comes out to collect. And that was a dangerous moment there for Iceland, but then couldn't manufacture a shot on goal despite all the touches they were having in and around the penalty area. Madarang, the pass, trying to find the run of Bella Flanagan, not quite there. And Iceland firmly in control here, but that felt like a moment wherein the Filipinas could have made a big difference. As Kinley Quesada will check out for the meantime. As Anika Castañeda will come on in. And our change here as well as John's daughter, Svindis Jane, will come in. Vidarsdottir. Now Sigurdardottir. Vidarsdottir made to think about Bella Flanagan. Again, just so quick here talking about this Icelandic team. Not only do they have the size in terms of height and heft, but they also do have the pace, just running at you like a train. And the Philippines have some defending to do here as Iceland hungry for one more. And the substitutes, Svindis Jónsdóttir, close to adding on number 4 for Iceland. Alcantara. Haley Long. Ball played forward straight away. Not able to find anyone. And Haley, a chance here for Iceland once more. Can they make it 3? Can they make it 4? And 4 goals now to Iceland to the good. And torn apart down the middle again. The errant pass back, the slip. And that was Williamsdottir finding a wide open Eriksdottir, another substitute, to make it 4 for Iceland in what has been a comprehensive victory against the Filipinas. Philippines have had flashes here, but then the errors at the back were punished each and every time. This is a type of game that the Philippines needed to have to understand just how big the gap is to the level they want to reach. And of course, sometimes that reality may be harsh, that awakening may be harsh. And the Filipinos know that there's a long way to go to reach where they want to get to. So far, Iceland continue to show their quality here as Vidarsdottir sends it to the middle once more, playing in and out, now going back wide. Zomers trying to work on Malay Cesar. Zomers, the challenge coming from Eva Madarang. And Malay Cesar throwing her weight around. Oh, and another chance here for Iceland. Header not too far away. Magnusdottir spreads it wide right. And the Filipinas scrambling to prevent another goal. Castañeda with a touch, sends it away for a throw-in. Ball sent out for a goal kick. Again, number 16 in the world is this Icelandic team. Haley Long. Bella Flanagan plays it back to Haley. And back to Olivia McDaniel. Olivia spreading out play. Magnusdottir. Sophia Harrison. Looking for Serena Bolden. Serena. Can she force Iceland to a mistake here? Bella Flanagan unable to get to it first. And Bella Flanagan leaving that out due to being offside. Filipinas pressing high again. And Iceland have been dealing with it. That'll be a foul against the red shirts. That's Jessica Cowart there, a judge with the foul on Magnusdottir. Filipinas still hunting for consolation here. Serena Bolden unable to turn. And that'll be a foul against Iceland. Sophia Harrison using her body, getting herself in between the ball and Eriksdottir. Jessica Cowart standing over this. The Filipinas scored from a free kick in their last game, courtesy of Meryl Serrano's goal. Is there another one on the cards here for the Philippines? Cowart goes straight at it, but it's also straight at the keeper. Through the wall. But unfortunately, straight at Thelma Ivarsdottir. Filipinas pressuring a bit higher here again. And look at that flick away to get away from Haley Long. And Jonsdottir bearing down on goal again. And instead of going for the shot from a tough angle, Tried to play it square inside, and that will be another corner kick here for Iceland. Magnus Dotter has made a big difference since coming on here in the middle of the park for Iceland. Already has a goal to her name and has been spreading play for this Iceland team. Now trying to add on with a corner, another assist. But that won't work out that time around. She'll get it back though. Magnus Dotter whipping it in again. And cleared away. And Eva Madarang couldn't get to it. Eva Madarang giving chase just a bit as the Filipinas will try and get reset once more. Bella Flanagan trying to pressure. Harrison, now Castañeda. Serena Bolden. Couple to aim for inside. Amalia Cesar plays it up. Still no good. Skaya Hawkinson gives it back to Coward. Now Haley Long. Alcantara. Sophia Harrison. Castañeda back to Harrison. Castañeda looking for options. Hammers that straight off an Icelandic defender. Harrison plays it forward, looking for Bella Flanagan. And the Filipinas, still despite the scoreline, trying to push forward, trying to show some fight, trying to show some battle. But in Iceland have been clinical on a different level. And right now there is an Iceland player down. It's a substitute, Jónsdóttir. Not quite sure what happened there exactly, but she is up. Taking another look at that here. Jónsdóttir up with no real problems. Ivarsdóttir rolls that wide right. And the Filipinas continuing to press, continuing to challenge. And Iceland doing just enough to get rid of the pressure. Castañeda trying to find Bella Flanagan, who couldn't hold on to the ball. Ivarsdóttir. Castañeda trying to pressure. Haley Long has some defending to do. And Haley beat out for pace. And it's this number 5, and that one was just behind another Icelandic attacker. I think Zomers could do to reach it, but what a run again coming from Jónsdóttir, who we saw a while ago. Looked like she hurt herself, but she looks fine right here. The pass, though, well behind Zomers. Last roll of the dice. Can the Philippines dirty this clean sheet of Iceland? Irving McDaniel hoping for a good delivery. And the ball goes straight to her opposite number. as Thelma Ivarsdottir rolls over the ball. Malaya Cesar. Coming back to Haley Long. Haley. Back to Olivia McDaniel. The pressure coming. Oh, and what good footwork there coming from Olivia McDaniel. Showing off a bit of style there. Ball will go Iceland's way as Alcantara caught unawares. Haley Long with the crucial touch away. Eva Madarang trying to spring the counterattack here, barreling down the right-hand side. Eva unable to find anyone, and Serena Bolden was just too wide right. Bella Flanagan trying to pressure them into a mistake. Maria Cesar looking for the right pass. As Iceland will look to see this off with a clean sheet to their name. Castañeda forcing the clearance. Chance out for Zomers to look for goal number 5. Cesar with the block. And Zomers again straight at Olivia McDaniel. Difficult day here for the Filipinas, who could not really handle the physicality of the back line of Iceland in terms of their attack, unable to really create any space to go and on those runs that they usually like to do. Talking about the Filipinas, especially the likes of Serena Bolden. And that is number 5 deep into added time with virtually the last kick of the game. It is a headed goal coming from their number 15, Alexandra Johansdottir. Five goals to the good here for Iceland in a comprehensive win against the Filipinas. And for the Filipinas right now, I could only imagine what Coach John Stajic would have to say in the locker room and ahead of the preparations here for the Filipinas for other competitions. And that's the final whistle, 5-0 in favor of Iceland. And that'll do it for the Filipinas campaign in the Pinatar Cup. A 5-0 loss to Iceland, as well as couple of other positive results despite the losses. Of course, you had that 1-0 loss to Wales and the 2-1 loss to Scotland. But this one, it just goes to show you just how much work is needed to be done to battle against some of the better nations from all around the world. And the Filipinas are on the way to doing that. Next time we're going to see them in action will be from April 3 to 11 for the Paris 2024 Olympic qualifiers. Round number 1, the Philippines will be grouped with Hong Kong, Tajikistan, and Pakistan. Then coming up in May is the 32nd Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia, where the Philippines will hope to improve on the bronze medal finish they won last time around in Vietnam. And of course, the big dance happening on July to August, the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023. And we may look back at this particular tournament and the matchups against Scotland, Wales, and Iceland and say that this is where we started to learn what we need to do to get it to the level that we want it to be. For Coach Alan Sejcic, a lot of lessons to be learned. For the players, a lot of lessons to be learned as well. And how will the teams improve from this point on? Oh, it's only going to be exciting to see. The Filipinas end this campaign at the Pinatar Cup with a lot of growth, with a lot of learnings, discovering more about each other and more about themselves and more about what they need to do to get to the highest level of competition and stay there. Thank you very much for joining us throughout this entire event. This live stream is brought to you by the Philippine Airport Ground Support Solutions and the Philippines Women's National Team Manager Jefferson Chen. I'm Paolo Del Rosario. We'll see you again the next time the Filipinas hit the pitch.
Please, in a few minutes, we will start with the trophy ceremony. Please, on behalf of Pinatar Arena and Yes Sports, we want to thank you all for participating in this third edition of the Costa Calida Pinatar Cup 2023. It has been a real pleasure to have you all here with us, and we hope to see you again in future occasions.